Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to create this creepy cracked doll Halloween look. The first thing I'm using is the Body Shop Moisturizing Foundation. I'm just dotting that all over my face, and then I'm going to buff that in with one of my Real Techniques buffing brushes. I'm just using the moisturizing foundation because I feel like it creates more of that waxy look rather than a matte foundation, just to make it a little bit more doll-like, I suppose. Don't mind me looking over to the side, I'm just watching Sean XO on YouTube, so I'm a little distracted at the moment. She's got great videos. So yeah, I'm just buffing that all over my face and just getting rid of all the redness and everything on my cheeks. And then the rest of the face. I'm taking my sweet time, apparently. And then once that's all buffed in, I'm going to move to the concealer. And I'm going to be using the MAC concealer. I think it's the Studio Finish. I'm going to put all the products down below in the down bar anyway, but I'm just using that on my under eyes just to get rid of all the darkness and the dark circles and whatnot. And then I'm going to take the e.l.f. concealer and I'm going to use the concealer part just for my cheek area, just to make it a little bit more brighter. My creepy face. And then I'm going to use the highlighter part just in the inner corner, and that's just going to be buffed all together with a stippling brush, again from Real Techniques. I'm a big lover of their brushes, so I think it just makes the look really nice and blended, and then I look a bit more awake. And then just do the other side, and then I'm just going to pat some powder over the top of it just to set it in place. And my creepy face again. You don't realize how many creepy faces you make when you're doing your makeup until you watch it. So once that's all done, I've just done the powder all over the rest of my face and just set all that foundation in place and the concealer. Now we're moving on to eyebrows. So I'm using the Benefit Gimme brows. I just want to create a natural look for the brows. I don't want anything too heavily defined. Because the actual eyes are going to be a statement piece, so I don't want my eyebrows taking over. So I'm just brushing that product all through my brows just to give it a little bit of definition. And I'm just brushing the hairs up so it really gets underneath. This product's really good, I really like it. It's good for when you're wanting a more natural eyebrow but you still want some definition. So yeah, I'm just brushing that all through. And then once I've brushed it all through, I just get a clean mascara wand and I brush it all together. So for this look, I felt like that powder wasn't, that brush just wasn't enough. So I used a little bit of the Ardell dark shading color just in the upper arch. So I'm just getting an angled brush and I'm just filling in that upper arch a little bit more, just to create a little bit more of a higher arch, I suppose, just to give me more of a wide-eyed look. Yeah. It just creates a more creepy effect, I think, and makes me look more creepy. Oh, I said that twice. I've had a long day, guys. So I'm going to be using the NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil. And it's just basically a white creamy pencil just to create a bit of an eyeshadow base. Just makes the eyeshadow stick to the eyelid and just makes it a little bit more opaque. And once that's all over the eyelid, I'm just going to buff that in with another buffing brush. This is just a brush from BH Cosmetics. And yeah, so I'm just stippling that right in, and then I'm also using my fingers just to really buff it out. And then I'm going to do the same on the other eye. So as you can see, this is where it's really blended. So now we're moving on to the fun part. So we're going to create a fake eye, basically a fake eyeball. So I'm just following the natural contour of my eyelid and just making it a lot bigger. So I'm just using a teeny tiny brush with the same milk pencil from NYX, and I'm creating that fake eye. So you can make them as big as you want, so I just felt like I wanted this size, so it's totally up to you how big you want to make them, as long as you just sort of try and follow the natural contour of the eye. I feel like it makes it look a bit more realistic, I suppose. So I'm just taking it right up to the edge there so that the eye is nice and big. And then repeat on the other eye. Now once that's all done, I'm actually taking a nude pencil and I'm just putting that in the waterline. The reason I'm doing this is because I find the white is a little bit too harsh for the waterline. So I'm just taking that all across both sides, and then I'm going to get that same brush as before and I'm going to pat down my natural eyelashes. So it feels really awkward at first, so it's not comfortable by any means, but it makes it look really good, nice and blended as you can see compared to the other eye. And then just repeating on the other side. Now I'm going to do the eyeshadow. So I'm just using the Naked palette. It's the Naked 3 palette. And I'll list the colours down below because I really don't remember which shade it was. So it's just a lighter shade of kind of like a dusty pink, I guess you can say. It's a little bit, it comes out a little bit darker than it is in the pan, but I felt like it worked. As you can see, my eyelids are already a little bit creased. I've got very oily eyelids, so. But once you blend it all together, it really sticks and it doesn't go creased anymore. It's just the pencil on its own without eyeshadow, it just really is a little bit greasy. So yeah, I'm just putting this eyelid colour all over my eyelid. Now because I've got hooded eyes, I'm taking it a little bit higher than other people might. Most people would just stop at their crease, but I go a little bit higher to make them look a little bit wider. And now I'm just taking a darker colour of that same pinky nude shade and I'm making a fake crease. So if you've got bigger eyes, you just want to put it in the outer corners in your natural crease, but I am creating a fake one. So I will be doing a hooded eyelid tutorial actually soon if you want to see how I create really defined eye looks for hooded eyes. And yeah, so I'm just blending that all in. It can be messy at first and then you just get a buffing brush and blend it all in, and down around in the corner there too is important. And once that's all blended out, we do the other side, of course. And then I'm just going to take like a creamy white nudie shade, I guess you could say, and I'm just highlighting my brow bone. Again, that just creates a wider eye. Now this is the fun part, so we're going to create a fake lash line. So I'm just using a liquid liner. I'm sorry this is a little bit out of focus, I'm still getting used to this new camera. But yeah, this is a liquid liner. It's from BH Cosmetics and seriously do not buy it because it is so bad. I had such a hard time with this liner and it's the only one I really had that I could create this look with. So I'm just following the natural contour of my eyelid, so I'm mimicking my natural waterline shape. And yeah, I'm just stopping at the outer corner there. And it doesn't have to be super neat at first because I'm going to go back and fill it in a little bit later, because now we're just, oh sorry, I forgot the white. Because it's starting to get oily, I used a white eyeshadow just to set that NYX pencil because it was getting really gross. And now we're putting on the lower fake lashes. These are just the Ardell Demi Whispies, and I'm just putting it on the very outer edge and sticking that down. Super, super easy. It's much easier than doing the top lash, if I'm honest, because you've got no lashes in the way. And I just want to make sure I'm sort of sticking it up at an angle so that the lashes flick out. And just pat it down and make sure it's right on that black line that you just drew on your eye. And then repeat on the other side. And now I'm just going to go back to the eyeliner. And the eyeliner I'm having such a hard time with. I was getting so frustrated. But I'm just drawing over the lash line. And I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. I keep doing that because I'm still not used to the camera. So I'm just taking that up a little bit more, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line and meet it over the top of my lash line. And you'll see why in a minute. Now this is really, really messy. It doesn't really matter because you're going to put fake lashes over the top. You just want to draw a line there so that the lash blends in. And I'm so frustrated with this eyeliner right now. Look at that. It's not even going on properly. Do not buy BH Cosmetics liners. Everything else of theirs is amazing. It's so frustrating. But anyway. Yeah, so my camera stopped recording at this point, but I will show you on the other eye what I did to create those massive lashes. I've just put one on the very outer corner, meeting that eyeliner that I drew on, and then I'm putting a second one in the middle and towards the inner lid. Again, out of frame. But as you can see, that creates a really wide-eyed look. I'm using the 2 lashes because you're creating such a big eye. There's no eyelashes that are sold that are that long, so you want to put 2 on there. And it just makes them nice and thick and long and doll-like. And yeah, so just stick that down. And I've also put some mascara on. You can't tell because for some reason, I don't know why I didn't film. I was having so many issues. But now I'm just getting the liquid liner again, and I'm just filling in the inner corner just so that that lash line looks a bit more natural. Now, I really screwed up this eye because that liner was just not transferring anymore, so I started using a black powder, but it really doesn't give the look like that crisp, sharp line. So yeah, but you know, still looks good, I think. You live, you learn. Now I'm just using a different liquid liner. This one's really, really oily, so I couldn't use it on my eyes, but I'm creating my cracked effect. So you want to start by drawing a big triangle and then just tapering out the liner wherever you want, really, in that sort of, what would you call it, spiderwebby fashion. I've decided to bring it down through my eyebrow too because I think that just creates a really interesting look. And just, you know, it's kind of like drawing a tree branch, I guess. Just tapering it out really lightly, not using too much of a heavy hand. And you want to keep most of the dark, really thick lines towards the triangle, and then taper out really, really finely towards the ends. And I just created a nice, big, long crack. That sounded really wrong, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I just did one on my forehead, and I drew that all along there, and then I'm going to draw another one on my cheek, but on the opposite side. So kind of like I've fallen on my face on the side and it's ricocheted up towards my forehead. I don't think it's very correct physics-wise, but you know, you do what you can. So here again, I'm making that big triangle on my cheek. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to create that branch-like effect all along the cheek. But you can literally put as many cracks as you want, however big you want them. Just have fun with it, really. It's just, I had a lot of fun doing it. I did start doing some, and then I removed some, and then I put them back. So it really doesn't matter if you remove it. Just use some, you know, a tissue with some water, or, you know, a cotton pad with some remover, and then draw it back on. So yeah, we're going to do the lips now. I had to do this really quickly because my camera battery was running out. So I'm just creating a sort of like a love heart shape on my lips, kind of like the Queen of Hearts, and that really exaggerated Cupid's bow, just with a lip liner, and then I filled it in with lipstick. And this is the effect. Oh, and I also put blush on my cheeks. I totally forgot. But it's just a nice big exaggerated pink blush. And here's my creepy face. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. Thank you. See ya.